The government is tonight taking drastic action to stem the spread of the coronavirus after 3 more cases were confirmed across the nation today. The Prime Minister announcing foreign nationals coming from China are now banned from entering the country, while Australians are urged to steer clear of mainland China.
It's a crack team of doctors, nurses and infectious disease specialists. 2 RAAF planes loaded with AUSMAT medics and supplies taking off from Darwin, bound for Christmas Island, where Australian evacuees from Wuhan will be kept in isolation. And today, after a meeting with the nation's chief medical officers, our Prime Minister took drastic action.
Our government is taking every step necessary to keep Australians safe.
Issuing a do not travel warning for all of mainland China, ordering anyone who's been there to self-isolate for 14 days and closing borders to all non-Australian citizens who've been on the Chinese mainland. And as the global crisis escalates, Qantas has announced it's suspending services to and from mainland China. Passengers given a week to change travel plans before flights to and from Beijing and Shanghai are cancelled from February 9 through to March 29. In Hong Kong, evacuation teams and Qantas crew are in place ahead of a mercy dash to Wuhan, where stranded Australians have been grounded since the city was locked down. While America is also denying entry to foreign nationals who visited China in the past 2 weeks.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
In Wuhan City, military reinforcements are arriving. More medical personnel from China's armed forces on the ground, fighting a growing enemy which can't be seen, but has infected close to 10,000 people in China. Lizzie Pearl, 9 News.
9's Gary Adshead is on Christmas Island tonight. And Gary, what preparations are underway where you are?
Yes, well, one of those RAAF 130 Hercules that we heard about has just landed and then taken off. It unloaded equipment, which we understand is going to the detention centre. There is talk, of course, of a specified sort of quarantining facility to be put up inside the detention centre to house anyone who may arrive here on Monday afternoon, any of those Wuhan evacuees. If they are showing any signs of coronavirus, they will need to be treated there. So we've seen that happen. We understand that there's another RAAF plane due here, and that is the one that has the staff, the AUSMAT personnel on board, who will be in charge of treating, caring for and looking after the Wuhan evacuees when they arrive. As I said, Christmas Island bracing itself for the arrival of those 100 or so people on Monday afternoon. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Gary. Live now to Ebony Cavallaro. And Ebony, Queensland Health has asked thousands of parents to keep students home from school.
That's right, Paul. As we go to air tonight, Queensland Health is in the process of contacting more than 3,000 families whose children have recently returned home from China. They're urging them to keep them home from school for at least 14 days. Now, in Daisy Hill at John Paul College tonight, at least 8 boarding school students are currently in isolation because they have recently returned from China as well. Now, today the Premier has urged Queenslanders to throw their support behind Queensland's Asian community at this difficult time, and she showed her support by attending a yum cha restaurant at Sunnybank for lunch today.
People should not be afraid and they should not discriminate. All of the families are absolutely doing the right thing, especially families that are returning from China.
Showing support is what hundreds of people are doing down here at Chinatown Mall tonight. Tonight is the start of the Bris Asia Festival. It goes for 1 month. And Paul, tonight they're celebrating Chinese New Year.
And it looks like a good time to be had. Thank you, Ebony.